Hi, I'm Laura Vance with the BASF Living Acres Monarch Challenge, and we're out here in Dunn, North Carolina today with Andy Herring.
Hi, I'm Andy Herring, and I'm the owner and operator of Andy Herring Farms in Dunn, North Carolina. We grow corn and wheat and soybeans, and we also commercially produce turkeys. In order to try to make our farm the most sustainable it can be, we diversify, we adapt to any problems, and you try to correct them. But the biggest thing is the legacy. I am the fourth generation working this farm, and my little boy and girl, if they wish, they'll be the fifth.
So Andy, I know you're interested in on-farm sustainability. What does that mean to you?
Unless our farm, and every farm in the world for that matter, is sustainable, then it's going to die. Instead of concentrating on a new acre, I feel it more advantageous for us to focus on a more productive acre, a greater return on the same acre. Several years ago, my sister and brother-in-law started a grape vineyard for a local winery, and we saw the need for our farm to share in some pollination issues. They were having to lease or rent beehives just to help with pollination, and so that stoked me to look into the honeybees.
BASF is interested in this program where we're encouraging farmers to include monarch habitat on their farm because the monarch is such an iconic species. It's got such an interesting life cycle, and populations are on the decline. What got you interested in this program?
Actually, my BASF rep and I were talking, and we got to talking about my involvement with the honeybees. We're trying to be more aware of our insect species around, our pollinators, trying to salvage more of those and maintain a better number of the beneficial insects around. They help in more ways than just pollination. Insects are a very important part of our environment and naturally of the farm too.
So I'm really excited that you're going to participate in the Monarch Challenge again next year. And I wanted to give you some examples of milkweed that grow native in North Carolina.
Right.
There's over 80 species of milkweed in the United States that are native, and I think about 13 in North Carolina. And the reason that the butterflies need milkweed is because it's their only larval host. It's the only plant that they'll lay their eggs on. It has a toxin in it that when the caterpillars eat the toxin makes them toxic to predators. And so that's why they can be so brightly colored and not get eaten. This first plant here, this is common milkweed. This is common in many states in the US. This is probably their favorite for laying eggs. This next one here, this is butterfly milkweed. It's got a nice long bloom season, and these blooms are great nectar sources not just for the adult monarch butterflies, but also for bees and other pollinators. This third one here, this is called swamp milkweed. It gets probably 5 feet tall and it bushes out and has a really beautiful pink bloom, and it grows well in wetter areas. This fourth one here, the world milkweed, it looks kind of different than the other ones. This one has a white bloom and real thin leaves.
And these are also a food source for the monarch as well, correct?
Right, so the leaves are food sources for the caterpillars, and then the flowers, when they bloom, the nectar is a food source for the adult butterflies. So looking around, this is a great area to establish habitat. It's out of the way, it's away from your field where you're producing your crops. It's close to your hive, so the bees will have access to the nectar. You have a variety of different areas, so you have a drier area up here and a wetter area low in the ditch for swamp milkweed. It's near the forest. A lot of times they'll roost in trees overnight for protection. So this is just a perfect example of an area on your farm where you can set up habitat for monarchs and have it be out of the way, but very useful.
To watch these insects work together and as a communal effect, they just kind of get along. And I think as people, we ought to take note of that too.